Do trees absorb methane? Turns out they do through their bark. We know forests store carbon, but this is a second climate benefit that's uncounted in the carbon market, and it can help pay to keep forests standing. Just past the bark, in the stem's outer oxygen-rich layers, are the microbes that do it. They're called methanotrophs. They pull methane straight from ordinary air at about 2 parts per million in the atmosphere and oxidize it to carbon dioxide and water, living on the energy that releases. On any one patch of bark, the uptake is pretty tiny, but added up across the world's trees, that bark surface comes out to be the same area as all the land on Earth, more or less. In a recent Nature paper, we put the total sink at 25 to 50 million tons of methane a year, most of it in tropical upland forest. Waterlog and wetland forest trees can actually emit it instead. SelvaFlux, which was a co-author on that Nature study, measures that methane uptake in the field. We use a chamber and a laser analyzer to read how fast methane is drawn down at the bark. A terrestrial laser scanner measures the forest's woody surface. Together, they give a site's uptake with stated uncertainty an auditor can check. That measured methane becomes carbon credits, adding 2 to 9% to a project's revenue. Often that added revenue is enough to get a reforestation or avoided deforestation project funded, so more forest is planted and kept standing. And the credit actually understates the real value. Methane does most of its warming in the first decades. Over 20 years, removing a ton is worth about 128 times a ton of CO2, which is far more than the 100-year figure crediting uses today. So if crediting adopts the near-term figure, at some point, this revenue could rise. A forest kept standing does more than store carbon, as we all know. It shelters wildlife, adds to rainfall downwind, and it cools the surrounding land. None of that is sold as credits at this point. These are reasons to keep the forest beyond carbon. Today, the science is published and independently confirmed, and the crediting method is probably a year or two out. We have pilots underway. Methane is the first forest benefit SelvaFlux can measure this way.